But before we go into that, I need to let everybody know we're now live because we're not doing a countdown because we got so much to do. All right, everybody? We have Savage Transformers coming right up. After that, I'm going to be running a Small Soldiers game based on the Kids on Bike engine. And after that, we're going to have another one of our players, Jay, run some D&D 5e, and we're going to wrap the whole thing up with more Savage Star Wars, also known as our Unpaid Bounties game. Before we do all that, let's let some people roll in. That is a problem if I'm echoing, because I should not be, but hopefully we will get that fixed. I'll monitor all those tech issues. Oh, I think I know what's going on. Haha, it's because the GoPro's mic was on as well. We should be fixed now. We should not have an echo. I have a God voice as the players to Andy's game, which is what we're kicking off of Savage Star Wars, of what we're kicking off for Savage Transformers, and I'm going to see if they are ready, and if they are, we're going to kick right over. So, hey guys, are you guys ready for some Savage Transformers?
Yeah.
Savage Transformers. I think we're all here ready to go. Andy as a yes. And I will be keeping an eye on everything, so hopefully we don't have any tech issues or anything like that. But it's time for Andy. You're running the show for the next 3 hours, so have fun, and I'll check in on you guys.
Okay, awesome. We will definitely go through. Hi, I'm Andy. First and foremost, I have never run a stream before, but I am a member of numerous streams with both Bobby and a few of these guys playing games. And today we're going to be doing Savage World Transformers. I'll get into donations. We'll go down the line and have everyone introduce themselves and say something about their character. We will start with Tommy.
Of course you start with me.
You're at the top.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. I'm Tommy. I'm all over the GM table, a couple other places, but you will get sick of my face today. I am going to be playing Malcolm. How do I say that last name? I should have asked for. Trog. I'll be playing Malcolm Trog. He's a veteran, and he was in the Battle of Chicago, or was there. And yeah, that's about all you need to know. Now he's kind of a death wish deadbeat dad.
Death wish. All right.
Tommy, that works. And then we will go to Lyrica, who's next on my list.
Hi, I'm Lyrica. I'm around on one other stream. I also do Savage Stream Star Wars on this with Bobby on GM Table. You can find me on Facebook or Instagram. I do a lot of cosplay, hence the wig. My character today is Caitlin Trog, Malcolm's daughter, teenage daughter, started MIT at the age of 12, has now graduated at 16 and is a mechanic. So yeah, I don't know how this is gonna go, but it's gonna be fun. She's very tiny. She's got a big brain.
It's very tiny in a world full of giant robots. Let's not squish her, shall we?
No, you're not going to squish her. Just make sure that you cover all the joints, because there's a good chance she's going to crawl into it if she sees any opportunity.
And then we will go to Flip, who is first time playing with her, but I already adore her, so here she is.
Hey everybody, it's Flip. I am playing, what is my character's name? I should have that in front of me. Tetra Batara. who is a scientist on the brink of making a major discovery. And that's just about all I'm going to say right now. But yes, first time on the stream. Hello, everybody. Also, first time playing Savage Worlds, and I don't know too much about the Transformers universe, so...
It's very niche, and this is something of my own, so don't feel bad.
Cool. Glad to be along for the ride.
There's a subscriber.
We just waiting on me now. Hi, I'm Ren. I've played a lot with Tommy and Bobby, but never on stream. I am playing Wesley Walcott, an ex-used car salesman who quit after a car driving out of his lot popped a hubcap which span off at such speed it cut his hand off. He has a severe phobia of any vehicles with wheels now. He's very good at getting people to do what he wants, though, so I want to see where this one goes.
Okay,
also, DM
awesome.
or GM, I can't hear you at all.
You can't hear me at all? Well, that is interesting. I'm not sure how to fix that, so...
You can't... Hold on, Ren, you can't hear him?
Not at all. I can see him. Can't hear him.
Do you have him muted?
I do not, unless I somehow did that.
Because we can hear
There
him
should be
just
a
fine.
little button in the like up in the corner, right? Isn't that how you?
It says mute, yeah, in Zoom. Just hover over the image.
No, but that's for the individual person.
For him.
Click participants. Are you in the app? If you're in the app, click participants at the bottom. You should see a
I'm
list
in the
of
web
people.
browser.
You're in the browser
version. Yeah.
Right. Well, there's a participants button somewhere in there too, though. I just don't know where it is on the browser. Crap.
Un momento, streamers. Technical difficulties. It happens.
Were you hearing him before and it quit hearing him?
Yeah. Yeah, I was hearing him in the beginning. Not anymore.
Try muting and unmuting yourself.
Is that better?
No, he didn't hear you. That's weird.
Should I drop the
I'll try and drop and rejoin.
No, let him drop and rejoin.
Okay.
I mean, Bobby's hosting, so it's not that big a deal. But man, I wish I knew how to do it on the browser.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, sorry, I just didn't think I'd have enough time to go and download the app.
No, you're fine.
To the stream, so.
The browser works just fine. It's just, I wonder why he's the only one muted for you.
Is it me?
Is it me?
I thought we were having a really strong relationship, but I usually think that we're having a really strong relationship and find out later that it was me.
Okay, test.
We can hear you.
We can hear you, yeah.
Can Ren hear you?
Ooh, I think I did.
Did you hear me?
So welcome everybody to Savage Transformers, the game where we try to figure out technical difficulties.
Uh-huh.
Did you hear him, Ren?
Yeah, maybe. No?
Speak.
Now?
Speaking.
Hello, hello. I'll move my microphone closer.
As long as you're not trying to look at the GM table.
That's Bobby's kid in the background.
See.
Oh.
We're having some setups.
Figure it out, Rain.
I'm not entirely sure there's anything I can do. Anything I can do about it. It doesn't look like there's anything on my end that would.
You can hear the rest of us?
Oop.
Could you hear me? Maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yay!
Yeah,
okay.
I can hear you now.
Hey, Ren. Okay. Well, then let's get started, shall we? So,
sounds like a good idea.
Going down the line of the cast, just the way they're laid out on the screen, I'm going to start with Tetra, who this morning is on her way to a site. It's a particular dig site that she's visited numerous times. It is right outside of San Antonio, where this story is going to take place. It is currently roped off and barricaded off from public eyes with like the white construction fencing that you see, and pulling up. She actually has a key to unlock the gate, let herself in, and relock the gate behind her. So we'll have you showing up there. You are familiar with one of the archaeology professors at the local college, because I saw your connections. And so he immediately contacted you, being kind of the forthright mind in your field of study. So he is there waiting for you. His name is Dr. Lane, or Professor Lane. And he's got obviously a few archaeology students there with him, as well as a few other people gathered that you don't really necessarily recognize. Some of them are dressed far too nicely to be at like an excavation site. Some of them have pretty important looking data pads. And as you're making your way down the like cuts into the earth towards the excavation site, it brings the level of the earth kind of up past your head as you work down into the site. You know that they were in the middle of excavating what they believe to be a Tyrannosaurus skeleton. But there was something unusual that the doctor contacted, or that the professor contacted you about. And so that is a reason why he wanted you there. He said the seismic ultrasound readings were bouncing back images that appeared to be a fully intact skeleton, but it was becoming weirdly distorted on the return of the images. So yeah, we will start there. So you approach and he's like, Dr. Batara, it's so good to see you.
Likewise, what have you found?
This could change the way we view the world entirely. Come with me. And he kind of is guiding you down towards a large group of people that are all gathered around something. And as you approach, why don't you go ahead and give me your science?
Okay, I do that in a roll 20, right?
Yeah, you can do it in roll 20.
All right, let's see if I can actually make this work. It would be this one. Did that go through?
It did.
Okay,
You should. Hold on one second.
Sure.
Did that roll both of your dice, though? It looks like it just rolled a d6.
Oh, because I have the wild die too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Let me see. Let me look at. You should just be able to. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Okay. So you got a 5, which is a success. You're not particularly great at discerning what type of dinosaur it is. That's just not your field of study. But you are immediately aware that this particular skeleton, as it comes into view, is a very well intact skull peeking out of the earth where it's been excavated. Now, the strange thing about it is it looks as though it has been splashed from the side by some sort of molten metal, and the entire skeleton is coated in this. And what is interesting is it's solid now, and I have an image for you as well, so I will drag that to Roll20 so you can see what I'm talking about. Wait for it. Okay. So,
Oh, whoa.
so you can see that it's got these, yeah, exactly. You see the splash kind of dynamic that happened here. And it was if it was frozen completely in place mid-agonal roar, which is really unusual. The doctor begins to explain to you, like, we've always theorized that a meteor struck the Earth and that it probably deposited rare metals, but for something to this quantity, for this mass, and for it to still be liquid when it strikes the Earth, all of these things are really unusual. And he said, and check this out, right? And he picks up like a excavation mallet, and strikes one of the teeth. And it makes this bong, 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 bong. It like reverberates, right? All the way through it. And then as the reverberation trails off, you hear this dum, dum, dum sound. Like it's almost like it's calling back.
Okay.
Did 15 alerts just break the alert box?
I'm honestly not sure what to do about that.
Oops. Oh, there we go.
What alert box?
There goes. Thank you, Clyde.
Thank you, Clyde. That was awesome. I guess everybody?
Oh, shit.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
3
Andy
bennies.
did go.
Everybody gets 3 bennies. Is that me? No, just players. Okay. No, or
GM
is it
table
me?
Yeah, you as well, because GM table isn't one of us technically.
Yeah, right. Duh. And I didn't talk about money, and so we are raising money for NoKidHungry.org. Every 100 bits gets a benny, 500 gets table bennies.
Conviction.
Conviction. Sorry, conviction. And then, that's about it. But all of the money will go to No Kid Hungry. Back to Flip. So the professor is in the middle of about to tell you something else, really, and a very stern-looking Japanese woman who has a data pad to the side, she says, yes, but what's particularly interesting is the striations and the damages to the surrounding tissue, and she even points to a spot where there is some tissue left on the bone, but it's obviously been covered by this metal substance. She's like, it would appear that the substance was cold and yet still a liquid when it struck the earth. So what metal alloy that you know of on Earth remains cold or remains a liquid when in a cold state besides mercury? She's like, this discovery could mean it could change everything. Its uses could be countless.
I agree. Are we sure this metal is safe, though?
She's like, well, and then the doctor, Dr. Lane, kind of turns to you and he's like, that is precisely what I need your help determining. I have a colleague in San Antonio. I would like for you to go see him first. I think that this is something that will be of particular interest to him. He's on the farm with his daughter about 10 miles before getting into San Antonio.
All right. I'm going to need to take some samples of the metal to
And for sure, he's like, yeah, absolutely. And he already has like a little shard of this metal in a little plastic bag. And I have an image for you there too of what this thing looks like. And as you like hold it up in the light, it kind of glints and it reflects this, the light that reflects off of it almost has this kind of green tint.
Okay.
Now, something that seems oddly strange to you is the way that this molten metal cooled. It appears to have almost etching glyph-like lines in it, lines that you have seen before.
Okay. Where have I seen it?
You have, in your studying of technology and some of the bits and pieces of what was left of some of the wreckages found in Chicago, you would recognize this as highly likely to be Cybertronian. They almost look like bits of Cybertronian glyphs that have just formed in this molten metal.
Okay. As I pick up the metal and I'm examining it, that is something I kind of mumble to myself loud enough that other people could hear.
Yeah, right? Okay. So you're not trying to be secretive about it, which I love that you're playing to your flaw. Which
I have the big mouth.
I love it.
This is not a secret I'm going to be able to keep.
Yeah, it's great. And so
I also quietly, in the same mumbling, I'm looking at kind of the green tint to it and expressing concern about potential oxidization. I mutter something about neurotoxins.
Totally. Totally, it makes perfect sense, and I love it. So
but it doesn't appear to be bronze. So
it doesn't appear to be bronze, but you are definitely happy it's in that plastic bag for sure.
So. I'll turn to Dr. Lane and ask if he has like a sealable plastic container, or maybe like another like 2 or 3 plastic bags or something.
Yeah, for sure. He looks real puzzled, but he goes to gathering these things for you. And as you make this comment about it possibly being like Cybertronian loud enough for...
I mean, it's not broadcasted, but certainly like anybody in melee range would hear it.
Yeah, right? So that particularly rigid-looking Japanese woman kind of looks eye daggers at you, you know? And she seems to be taking note of you.
Okay. I don't notice that at all.
Okay.
I'm not even going to try. I'm totally enthralled with it.
Okay. All right. So you don't notice it. If you want to try, definitely you can roll a notice. But I love the fact that you're like, whatevs, her. She's over there.
I mean, my Tetra's way too interested in this metal to even really be concerned about some lady.
Okay, awesome.
This is a really cool piece of metal.
Yeah, right? Okay, cool. So now we will bounce down the line and we're going to go to Kate. So Caitlin is, this morning, she's like waking up in your old farmhouse it's got the long drive that takes way too long to get down, so far from the road before you even get to the house. The sun's coming up. It's just like any other day on this farm, you know. You're probably out working in the barn, which is kind of your invention chop shop type thing. It's your own personal space, and you've actually put like a sign on the door that's like, "Dad, you're not allowed," or something.
No entry.
Right. Totally. So you're in there working away.
Presents can be left in the front box. Leave them.
And I feel like for extra cash, especially since your dad has been kind of disbanded from the military, released of his duty. I'm not really sure how to phrase that because I'm not in the military, but discharged. And so money is a little bit tight. And what you have come to do is you repair items for local farmers, whether it's their farming equipment. You give it a little special, like, tweak that makes it a bit more efficient, but perhaps gives it another little quirk that they weren't counting on. But
not always for the benefit of them, but just because, hey, I wanted to know what this did, and this looks like the perfect opportunity to just, yep, okay, they'll never know it's there.
Totally. I love it. And so you are actually working on a vehicle that had been destroyed or damaged heavily in a war, not necessarily, or in a fight, not necessarily the war for Chicago because it's here in Texas, but fights were popping up all over the United States for some period of time. And so you're just trying to help get this vehicle back to running because the family doesn't have a lot of money and you're kind of putting your heart and soul into it. Why don't you give me your engineering? Is that, am I saying that right? Let me see.
I think would it be electronics?
Electronics, thank you.
Okay. 6 on a D8.
Nice. So you think you found the problem as you're underneath this vehicle. You see a little metal looking disc. It's not completely round. It's about this big, and it's lodged into one of the parts of the engine, preventing the engine from like actually turning over. So you've got your like tools and stuff, and you're tugging on this thing, right? Why don't you give me a strength to see if you can get it out?
Yeah, that's funny.
It's funny, isn't it?
Oh my god, I rolled a 4.
Yes! Roll again!
It's like right there.
Yes!
A 1.
Okay,
So,
well, hey.
so I got 5. Woo!
It's not quite enough. So you were like pulling and it comes out part of the way, and you can see that it's got strange symbols on it too. And you can't quite get a look at it. You're like shining your light up in there and it's like part way out and you're sweating because you're like pulling on this thing, can't get it out. And you're like, that is interesting for sure. So
man, it's really holding on there and I don't see anywhere where it's attached. Shit, I'm gonna have to call him out here, aren't
I? Totally.
Like, god damn it. Okay, so she's like running around and throwing like sheets over shit she doesn't want him to see, and okay, I don't have this and I don't have this, and close that and close and lock that and triple lock that. Okay.
Okay, so as you do this, you call out to your father, I guess.
Dad! Dad! God damn it, can you even hear me? Is he even awake?
Yeah,
exactly.
Barely.
Yeah. So Malcolm, you hear your teenage daughter calling from the barn, which is her little workshop, and
I'm gonna yell back.
Okay.
What? You know what I mean? I don't get up from the kitchen table. I'm still sitting there with coffee, obviously nursing a hangover.
Gotcha. Okay. I
found a weird thing. It won't let go.
I'm gonna go out there reluctantly.
Awesome.
I would assume she would have coffee or something to drink. Could she hand him a cup as he gets to it and then goes, I promise I won't yell anymore. Just look at this.
All right, Andy, I'm gonna take a look. See.
Okay, awesome. So it is. Let's save this real quick here.
Oh, is he going to give us a picture? Yes.
I am going to give you another picture, but not just yet because it's still stuck in there. So as you go out, you walk out to this barn. She's got stuff everywhere. She's kind of tucked away her more prized inventions.
I've broken in here several times.
Oh, yeah.
I know everything that's in here.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I may not know what all it does, but I know that there's things over there that shock me. And those things over there help make me other things. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
Dad, privacy, come on. Talk about this.
Oh, that's amazing. And so you are she guides you under this vehicle. You both kind of roll onto the wheel things, and she shows you this thing that is stuck inside of the engine, and you can tell she's got it pulled part way out. Now the thing about it is this like round disc shaped thing. It does seem to have a few lips or edges on it, almost as if it isn't 100% circular, cog-like almost.
Okay. Can I roll common knowledge on this one?
Yeah, for sure.
For me, anyway?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I failed. I didn't critically fail, but I failed.
Too hard to see it while it's stuck in there, really. So why don't you give me a strength check to try to pull it out? And actually, since Kate is there helping you, why don't you give the assist roll and you can both try to tug it out.
I'm trying to use anything but strength, but I suppose I'll just have to use strength.
I mean, you could use your...
she could use common knowledge or electronics, maybe?
Yeah, because you're used to working on these things. Maybe you're like, if I can just loosen this part right here.
Well, I think what she'd probably do is she'd go like, hold on, give me a second. She goes and gets a pry bar, puts it under the smallest lip, and then just starts...
Yeah. Okay, for sure. All right. So, give me a roll.
6.
Yes. Okay, so you're getting +1.
That makes that a 10 then, Andy.
Okay, nice. So that thing comes flying out, right? And it lands in between you two. Now, this is something that it makes sense that both Malcolm and Lyrica have never seen it before because it's very, very old. We're talking billions of years old. And it looks like this.
Okay.
And the first thing out of her mouth is, okay, how did that get on the car? Like, if it was new, it would make sense on how it would be able to attach itself, certainly through some kind of warfare, but it's ancient, or it looks ancient.
Malcolm's just going to shrug and say Transformers.
I love that. We're going to pause there. Now we're going to go to Wesley Walcott, who is starting his day like he starts many days. And since he used to be a used car salesman, I'm not exactly sure what that is. So I'm going to let Wesley tell me how his day starts.
His day starts in the remotest part of the city that he can find, as far away from vehicles and machinery as humanly possible in this day and age.
Okay.
And he rides a bicycle to a nice little corner in the wall coffee shop every morning, and then rides his bicycle back and ponders what on earth he's going to do with the rest of his life.
Okay, awesome. So as you're sitting in this coffee shop, why don't you give me a notice check?
Oh dear, notice. What am I? D6. That's a 6.
Okay, awesome. So, I mean, coffee shop is bustling. We're going to call the coffee shop Brewed Awakenings. And...
That's a real place. No, that's a real place in Portland. In Portland, it's a chain.
Cool.
On their coffee cups, they have the little Illuminati eye. Sorry.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh my God.
That is so perfect.
Yeah, that's really perfect. So obviously, that is where Malcolm goes.
Even including the Illuminati.
Oh, right, exactly.
That's beautiful.
Totally beautiful. So you're sitting there and it's bustling, like people are coming in to get their coffee. One thing that you like about this place, though, is that there isn't a ton of seating, so a lot of people don't stay. And as the morning kind of winds down, you are able to catch a news report. And it appears that something is happening in Egypt that you are not 100%, you've never seen it before. And you being kind of the phobia, conspiracy theory type person that you are, let me show you what you see. I almost spilled my coffee. That would have been bad. Okay. Now, obviously, this picture is not from Egypt, but you'll get the idea. So they had reported some fairly large earthquakes in the area. Now, none of them are near any settlements. This is out in the middle of the desert. And but now reporters and things have started to gather around this large horn that is rose up out of the earth. It is completely unusual. And why don't you give me a common knowledge?
What's that? D4. 4, so explodes, and a 5.
Okay, so if you know one thing, that's alien. So that is bad stuff right there. So you tell me kind of what your character does with this information now.
He's gonna Wes can climb up slightly and scooch towards the window, keeping his seat best he can, and look up into the sky and along the sort of city line that he can see, and just make sure that none of that is near him or near here.
Right. Okay. So give me a notice.
4.
You do see something and it makes your heart race, and then you realize it's 2 jets flying fairly low over the city, but it's just jets, and you're like, whew, okay. Like you hear the rumbling and everything, and then they're gone. Maybe even makes your coffee like vibrate on the table. You're like, oh God, it's happening. Maybe you're under the table by the time it passes. And so, yeah, we'll just kind of pause there, and we are going to head back to Tetra. So Tetra, you have kind of taken the sample and tucked it away in its 1,000 bags, right?
In my trunk.
In your trunk, stowed neatly in like 8 other bags.
I actually keep a lead line bag in my trunk for this purpose.
Okay. Okay, awesome. I love it. So actually, I really do love that. No, that's amazing. I'm going to make a note. Hold on.
Drop them. No, the way this works is if she wants that, she's got to drop a Benny.
I don't know how to see how many bennies I have. I'll drop one, but
you have to count them yourself. You have 6 right now.
You do.
Okay.
Plus a conviction. A conviction allows you to add a D6 to any roll.
Yes. Okay. I'll drop a Benny. I'll have a lead-lined bag in my trunk.
Okay. All right.
I work with enough chemicals and potentially dangerous neurotoxin metals to
yeah
to have this thing sitting in the trunk of my car for this purpose.
Oh God, I love it. Okay. So as you are moving along, you started your vehicle. What do you drive? Is it like a really nice car?
No.
Okay. What do you drive? Tell me about it.
Geez, I don't know much about cars. It's, your average four-door.
Okay. It's like a Ford Focus or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
Something green.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a Prius.
Yeah, my dad drives a Prius. We'll go with a Prius.
Okay. And it's environmentally conscious.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Right?
I don't think they use bronze in cars anymore, but there's no bronze.
Right. Okay. You made sure of that when buying
yes.
it. You actually probably annoyed the people who were working there.
Oh, they were pissed.
Like you were having them call the manufacturer and there's no bronze wiring. Are you sure?
Oh. Copper, which is still iffy, but
or copper. Sorry.
No. Copper's still iffy, but it's okay.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
Bronze, no. Bronze is not.
Bronze, definitely not. Okay, so you start your car up, and you are heading to this address that's been given to you. It takes you a good 45 minutes as you can see the San Antonio skyline, which is not huge in any way, but you can see the city, coming into view, and you actually at the same time see these 2 jets that are flying dangerously low. It is actually startling. It causes the windows in your car to vibrate. They are flying right over the highway and then continue their path right over San Antonio. As they continue over San Antonio, you actually see a 3rd jet arrive and meet them. Now, if you want to give me a notice check, since you are a scientist, you've probably been around military people and stuff.
Yeah. Let me see what my notice is. Where did I put that? Here it is. Notice is under... What skill is that?
It should just be under...
Oh, here it is. It's a D4. Yeah. Okay. Roll. It's a D4 plus a D6 because of the wild eye, right?
Yep, exactly. Yes. So you can't make it out. The sun is gleaming into your eyes. If you want to use a Benny to reroll, you can't do that though.
No, I'm good.
Okay, so the sun's it's just very bright. You're driving right into the sun. You really can't make out what it is that you're seeing. And you continue about your way. You arrive at the farm, bouncing down this dusty dirt road between fields as you see this house, which I actually have a picture of the house. You see this house. It's a nice little house, very traditional farm. It's got a big barn in the back. There's an old beat up truck sitting out front. And you can't imagine what in the world Professor Lane would have you come in here for. What? It's just beyond you at this point.
Okay. Let's see. I look around for a place to park my car, and I don't know if you need to roll for that or if I can just kind of park it wherever.
Nah, you can just.
Yeah, I park my car. I get out. I put on my safety gloves and pick up my lead-lined bag, and I kind of shout out, "Hello, is Anybody there?
Okay, now you two are in the barn at this point. And you hear...
wondered.
What was that?
I was like, I kind of wondered. I should
Yeah,
get away now.
Yeah, but no, you're fine. You are... So you guys hear this voice like, hello, is anyone here? You actually maybe even heard... Give me a notice and we can see if you even heard the car pulling up.
Notice is a D8.
I got a 5.
And what did you get, Erica? 6? Okay, so yeah, you both would hear it. It's distant. It's not like a rumbling engine, like some big old truck or
hybrids.
Yeah, it's exactly. That's totally probably.
Hey, focus the hybrids. They save energy and they make it so it's not as smoggy. Do you know how much smog was left over after those wars of yours?
First of all,
while she's being verbose over there.
Let me clarify. It may be a quiet hybrid, but you can definitely hear the Taylor Swift playing out of decent but not booming stereo system. That's for you, Tommy.
Fair enough. Thank you. No, but while Kate's saying her stuff, that's when he kind of just walks over to this one shelf. I'm spending a Benny for this.
Okay.
He walks over to this one shelf and he pulls out a gun that he's hidden in there. Pistol. That's
okay.
why so she kind of now knows that he's been in here.
Right.
And he starts walking outside.
Okay. So you are greeted now by this. He's hungover. He's probably got a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. He's got a gun trained at you in a stained up like white wife beater because they've just been under a vehicle of a car with a teenage girl peeking out the door behind him. They both got grease on their face and stuff.
Excellent.
Were you expecting someone?
I apologize and explain that I seem to have gotten the wrong address.
Well, I'm not like going to point it at her. I'm not, you know what I mean?
Right.
Okay. You're not pointing at him.
No, I'm not trying to intimidate you, but it's clearly visible. It's in my head.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
In that case, I kind of tentatively explain. Hi, my name is Tetra Batara. I am a researcher at San Antonio University. Dr. Lane sent me. He said you were an expert in metallurgy, perhaps?
Do we know Dr. Lane?
Dr.
I'm
Lane,
assuming.
Yeah.
So give me a common knowledge.
Oh my God, I don't know this doctor, and they've got a gun on me.
Oh God!
I rolled a 9.
Nice. Okay, so
I did not. I rolled a 1. I critically failed on that common knowledge roll. She doesn't give a shit. She sees the bag and she wants it.
Yeah, okay. I love this. So, and that makes perfect sense, honestly.
She's like, you came from a doctor, something about metal, and you have a bag.
Totally. And so Malcolm is, you know this name. Now, you didn't work with Dr. Lane specifically, but you know that he was at the forefront of researching some of the rare alien artifacts that had been found before, like in the 70s, when they thought that the Transformers first arrived on Earth, with the cube and all of that. And so you are aware that he does know some of this. Primarily, he's an archaeologist, and so hence he pointed it at you, being of the knowledge base that you are. And he also knows your secret.
In that case, I'm going to be interested in the bag as well then.
Okay, awesome. Now we'll pause here. And we'll go to Malcolm. Wesley, sorry, God. And we'll go to Wesley.
Poor guy, Wesley.
So, Wesley, you have seen this and you've looked out the window and you got a little bit rattled by jets. And what are you going to be doing next?
I'm going to drink my coffee, pack up my bag, my moleskin with notes and my musings on life, and I'm going to get on my bike and take a different route home than I usually do, just because I'm at that level of paranoid right now that I'm going to just sort of zip in a completely different direction than I usually do and go home, or try to go home.
Okay, awesome. So, as you're driving home or riding your bike home, why don't you give me your, let's say, agility. I'm picking your strong suit here. I know it.
3.
Okay, so you were like too panicked to realize that a cop has pulled up in front of you, but he's not actually paying any attention to civilians or anything. Like, he's on a one-way mission, it appears. And he kind of breezes through a stop, and you are looking the other way, maybe over your shoulder up in the sky, and you hit the hood of his vehicle, tumble across it, and land on the concrete on the other side. Now, the cop, interestingly enough, does not stop, doesn't get out, doesn't ask if you're okay, just continues to his turn and drives like nothing happened, right? Now, give me a notice.
You lost the handle hubcap, now you got hit by a car.
Oh, fuck. Crit fail.
Crit fail. So, yeah, you're face down, really. So you don't even get like a license plate on this cop or anything. Like, there's no citizen's arrest going on for this. That's for sure. So,
no witnesses, no nothing.
No, because he is like off the beaten path. So, yep, you're pretty screwed. You have to kind of regain yourself there and just kind of give this cop a look as he's disappeared, like, what the hell, you know? Now, that being said, though, he does, as he's turned, flip on his sirens, and he appears to be going somewhere. What do you do?
Massage my bruised ego a little bit, curl up into a ball, groan, rock side to side, and then I'm going to sort of push myself up and look around because I'm not entirely sure I know where I am right now. So I'm just going to look for like anyone nearby that could possibly pity me.
Okay. And let's see. Let me think about this. So, give me another notice.
3.
Look, I'm trying to help you here, man.
you have like 6 bennies if you want to spend
Yeah,
one.
if you want to use a Benny, for sure you can.
All right. I'll need that one. Okay, so 6 explode, 6, 5, 11.
Awesome. Okay, wow. So you would see a lady pushing a shopping cart, like full of junk, dirty clothes, and she like looks over at you and she's like, "You okay?"
No.
That's cops these days. I mean, can you believe the stuff that was all over that car anyway?
What do you mean? I didn't really see the car, hence, you know.
She's like, well, I thought that they were supposed to say protect and serve. Let's see. Hold on one second. She's like, you know how on police cars at the back they always say to protect and serve in like little cursive handwriting, right?
Right.
She's like, well, that one said to punish and enslave.
Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Not again. Will bolt upright, get my bike, however mangled it may be, and look for like the nearest sort of off the track building, like anywhere that I can just bolt.
Okay, give me another notice then.
Oh, 2.
Okay, all right. So you honestly, where you are right now is you've gotten yourself so turned around. You're about to get on the interstate heading out of San Antonio.
Oh man, what do I do?
The hit just disoriented him so bad. I mean, like, at least he's going out of San Antonio, you know, away from the serious center, maybe?
Narratively speaking, there's no way in hell that enslave and punish cop isn't coming for us.
You thought that as well.
Let's go to the others now who have now convened. And don't worry, Wesley, I am pulling you in. I'm getting you together. Trying.
All right, so back at us.
Yes, back to you guys now. You're all together, so I'm just going to let you kind of act as you will for a few.
All right, well, I'm just going to open the bag. I'm going to reach in and grab whatever it is. No gloves, no nothing.
I am going to, whatever I need to roll to interrupt. And I'm going to be like, no, you can't touch that bare hands. Right.
Okay, so do
what
you guys want
to do? Opposed athletics?
Yeah, let's do opposed athletics for sure. I love this.
I got a 7.
Okay, so can I roll while they're like playing handsy with each other to reach in with my mechanic gloves and grab it?
Yeah, give me a stealth, actually.
I have the wild die too.
Thievery.
There's no freaking
I got a 1.
Oh, yeah. So...
Did you crit fail? Hold on.
Yeah, what did you roll 2 ones?
I did roll 2 ones.
Oh, God. So, actually...
I got it.
Yeah, you got it. Lyrica, Kate is going to like stick her hands in, but everything happens so fast. Like, he actually pulls the bag away from Tetra with, I said that right? That's your name. I have so many screens open. Yeah, Tetra. Pulls the bag away from Tetra so quickly that she almost falls over, falling back into you, kind of. And your dad now has the bag, and he's just barebacking it, right? Like pulling out the thing. Like no gloves whatsoever.
I'm sure he's probably survived worse, but now she's really interested in whatever it is, and so she's like skipping around. If Tetra is falling back towards her, she's gonna like try and skip out of the way and like do this half circle to get next to her dad and like stare up at whatever's in his hand because she's like half his height.
Okay. So, yeah, that not going to make anyone roll for that. I think that's really cute. And so you like kind of Tetra stumbles back a little bit and you feel this child like scurry around you, and all of a sudden they've got the bag. He's not using appropriate protection. Like it's this whole big thing that's giving you a lot of anxiety. And you're almost sure that oxidizing mist is going to hit the air any minute.
I back way the fuck up.
I imagine you've got like a mask for these occasions in your purse. So you're like,
why isn't it in other bags inside of the lead-lined bag?
It is.
It's a lead-lined bag surrounding like a plastic container, and then 3 Ziploc bags.
and so it's not completely bare. It's in this container.
Yeah, right. So
and Kate's like, why is it in all these containers? You can't see anything. Take it out.
Because it's dangerous. It's potentially lethal metal.
Okay.
What is it, Andy?
So did you see the picture that I showed Tetra?
Oh, the one before?
Yeah, of the piece of metal.
Yes.
Okay, so that is what it is.
Okay.
That you pull it out, it's the shard that's got the weird etchings on it. It's got a strange metallic glint to it.
As people are pulling it out,
know more?
I say, wait, at least let me get protective gear for my car. I have enough for everybody. Don't touch it.
Do you listen to her? Yeah, you can roll to know more if you want.
I'm going to spend a penny to have a full set of protective gear in my car, like over the top.
Okay, all right.
And I go to my trunk and I bring back masks and gloves.
I rolled a 5 on the common knowledge, Andy.
All right, so, well, it definitely has Cybertronian traits to it, but it's not the same. From your first-hand experience, it's not the same metal. You've had your hands on a transformer. You have been inside of a transformer. Like, oh, that sounded a lot better in my head. But I was like, that felt wrong. So you know, just the weight of it alone. You've pieced together bits of Transformers that have been injured. Like, help them weld parts back on. This is different. It's something different entirely, and of that you're certain.
And it's incredibly dangerous, and you need to put on gloves and a mask immediately. And I'll make an athletics check to miss this one. I hurl gloves and mask at both of them.
Okay.
It's another crit fail. Yes. Thank you.
She spikes it straight into the ground.
All right. Oh,
you
Lord.
Break the equipment you just bought with a binny.
Yeah, everything is filthy. Like, it lands right in like cow manure or something.
I swear I put my own stuff on.
She's really into this, isn't she? And like, she looks at her mechanics gloves and goes, Let me see.
I'm gonna start taking. I know what this is. It's safe. I'm gonna take it out of the bags. It's not a big deal. They don't know that, but I'm not gonna.
Kate doesn't care.
I'm not gonna blab, but I'm gonna take it out of the thing, and I'm gonna get a closer, real good look at it. I'm gonna like investigate, research if I can, to see if I really know what it is.
Okay, awesome.
I
so
start screaming about how this is probably both Transformer related. You gave me a specific name of a metal earlier. I don't remember it. I'm sorry. While also simultaneously and mostly incoherently screaming about oxidization and neurotoxins.
And I just said that you, because of your language that was mysteriously on your sheet, but we're going to take it, that you don't necessarily know the metal, but you would have recognized some of the glyphs as Cybertronian. So you do know that. Now, I can't hear you, Flip. Oh,
I'm talking to my roommate. My cat.
Oh, that's a cat for you. You do know that she's like, please stop. What are you doing? Like, this is all bad. We're going to pause right here. And we're going to go back to our little friend who is sitting on the off-ramp of the interstate on his bicycle looking for a place to hide.
I am going to go clean up really quick.
Okay. Okay, so Wesley. I really want you to be Wesley Wyndham Price from Buffy, but but you give me another notice roll now, actually.
Ooh, 6. And what's 7?
Nice. Okay, so this time you are well aware of the sound of not only those jets coming back, but you hear that siren returning in the distance. They seem to be heading right towards you.
Well, I mean, I will turn and cycle in the opposite direction as fast as my legs can take me.
Well, that is going to carry you right onto the interstate. And
is this good or is this bad? That is.
I think that we should give you
Texas. There's an access road. He could be on the access road.
Yeah, you can be on the access road. Why don't we make you do your like agility? You think, what do you guys think for pedaling a bike? I don't think drive is appropriate. Maybe like vigor to really put some oomph behind it.
I mean, that depends on whether he wants to go fast or he wants to go long.
Right.
Endurance versus speed. I would say.
There was a
assume
set of
fast.
4 angry hubcaps coming towards me at
Hey,
60 miles an hour. I do.
Yeah, fast.
Fast as I can.
Okay, so let's make it strength then. Like you're just putting all your weight into it, not necessarily going for longevity here.
5.
5. Okay, all right. So you do pretty good, actually. You were like pedaling very Goonies, like down the side of the road, and you hear these jets. I mean, there's no way you're gonna pedal as fast as a jet. They tear across over you, again flying really unusually low, and then you see this cop car fly past you as well, and then behind the cop car is some sort of black military vehicle. It's very, very much like an armored SUV type of vehicle.
Oh boy. I would like to get off this road now, please.
Okay. So
I will try and sort of furtively. There's no way I'm doing it if I'm trying to break neck away from these. But I was going to say that I will try and sort of get a look through the windows of the government vehicle, but I doubt that I would.
I mean, what we'll do? We'll do this.
Part of me doesn't.
Right. What we'll do is we will do a notice to see if there's an easy way for you to get out of sight and out of the way first.
6, 1. So 13 plus 2 for
yes.
is 15.
Yes. Okay. So you find like the perfect little like crack in the overpass, like the retaining wall, and you slide like into it. And you know how there are always 2 pieces that are pushed together back to back? Well, you found like the perfect little cubby to like tuck yourself into in there. And give me a notice check because you did so well that I'm going to let you try to catch a peek of what's in this vehicle.
As it speeds past.
Mm-hmm.
7.
Okay, so something really interesting. You definitely see a person driving the vehicle. And as the vehicle passes, though, it's almost as if the person driving the vehicle distorts a little bit. As if just for the briefest second, you can see through him.
Ghost Rider! Ghost Rider!
You know, it would almost be more reassuring if he was like a 2D cutout, just propped up in the seat.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, I'm looking for a way off the interstate. You know, just sort of peel off onto some country road, find a barn maybe, and disappear into it.
Okay, perfect. So you do actually. You peel away from the interstate and you found like your exit. You grab your bike off the road and you kind of have to walk down the like dirt embankment to get to another side road that just happens to run parallel to the interstate. And you find yourself middle of nowhere, Texas farm country, really. You're pedaling down what appears to be a long private drive, and you can see a house where other friends are gathered in the distance. But before you get to them, we'll go back to our other friends here.
So he's looking at this thing like here, right? I'm assuming Malcolm is kind of like right in front of his face looking at it.
No,
Okay,
I'm holding it up so you can still totally see it. You were standing right there, you know what I mean?
Okay, so I'd like to do either common knowledge or research or electronics or something. I don't know if electronics would work, so probably common knowledge, just to see if I have any idea or have seen anything like this before.
And
Okay,
now that I'm wearing proper protective gear, I will also move in closer.
Okay, so does someone want to act as lead and have the others support?
Sure. I mean, someone else should probably take lead. Most of that skills I have D4s in, but
I mean, I could take. I have really high research and stuff, but
Yeah, and I think that research is probably going to be the best for this.
Okay.
Because no one has seen something exactly like this.
I rolled a 2. I'm not helping at all.
Let me throw my D8 in there.
I'm just gonna do common knowledge.
That'll be
because I don't think I can use electronics or repair to help.
Now, if I get a 6 on the wild die, do I re-roll that and it stacks, or how does that work?
Yes.
So I re-roll the wild die or both?
Just the wild die, and then you add whatever one is highest by the time you're done rolling your explosions. You can take that.
Okay, so it's going to be 8.
Okay.
I rolled a 4.
So that's 3. So 8 plus 1, and then whatever Tommy rolls.
I didn't help at all.
I think he rolled a 2.
Oh, okay. So,
so that's a
9.
That's a total of 9. Yeah.
Yeah. But still,
raise.
That's good. Yeah, it's still a raise. So, as you set this thing down on, like, have you guys moved into the barn, or are you still standing outside?
No, we're out in the open in the
Okay.
sunlight.
Yeah, we're still
okay.
out.
So
there's no reason to get such dangerous metal inside an enclosed space.
Right. So as you're sitting there, and you guys are inspecting this, it feels warm to the touch, and it almost seems to be humming now. And when you hold it up in the light, especially now that Malcolm is like holding it, you see what appears to be like that green light that was reflecting. Upon closer inspection, and it's so fast, but it happens every few seconds. It's like green lightning bolts, teeny tiny lightning bolts race across the surface of this metal.
Well, that's not normal per se.
Now,
It's
all of
really
you-
cool. I wonder if I could harness that. I wonder if it gives out energy. Can I set it up? Like, I want to see. Can I like see if it holds a charge or something? What can I use?
I
No.
love all of these ideas.
It might be radioactive.
That is also possible. So why don't you all give me a notice, though, and we'll say that you're at a negative because you're all distracted with this this shard of metal.
Minus
So
what?
I'm going to say -2. It's not huge.
Then I got a 4.
Okay.
I got a 2.
Okay.
I did it wrong.
Actually, if I had a -2, I got a 0.
That'll be a 5.
Yeah, okay, perfect. So Kate's just way too into it. Like, she's like thinking of what the next steps are to really figure out what this thing is. She's like, let's run tests. She's like grabbing batteries and jumper cables, like ready to hook it up to all sorts of devices, you know? And
Oh yeah, I've got a voltage meter. I've got everything.
Right,
Down
right.
the line.
Yep. And so as you guys are doing, like she's doing that, you both look up and you see someone pedaling their little heart out on a bike, kicking up dirt, coming down your long drive, you know? And that is going to be Wesley.
So immediately as I see the group, I'm just going to go, get inside, they are coming, they're not following me, they're not following you, Wes, not you, get inside.
As I see him coming up and yelling, I am going to return the yelling with something about dangerous metals.
Oh, this should pan out well.
We are now two terrified people screaming at each other.
Yep. And you're saying things that scare him more, bro.
I'm handing the device, Andy, to Kate. And I'm pulling back out my gun.
Okay, all right. So you're handing the metal shard to Kate?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Kate's gone.
Kate, yeah.
Kate's gone. Kate's straight into her workshop. She's like,
No.
somebody said to go into the workshop. Okay.
Yes.
Can I make a
Oh my
notice roll to
God.
see if I notice Kate running off with it?
Yeah, definitely. We'll say you're at a -2, still
That's
now
fair.
extra distracted for shouting at this guy.
Cool. I got a 2.
Okay, so yeah, you don't notice. You're like, no, don't come here, strange metal. And he's like, they're coming. Like, you know, it's chaos for a few minutes. Wesley, you've got a guy with a gun, like some lady in a lab coat who's like, this is bad. And you're like, no, this is bad, like pointing behind you. And yeah, we'll go from there, okay?
If I'm pedaling my little heart out and trying to get inside undercover as quickly as possible, do I even notice the gun? I mean, one of them's already peeled off and zipped inside. So
Yeah, give me a notice
do I
-2.
follow them?
Yeah, right. Give me a notice -2. Maybe you just follow her. We'll see what you notice in this kind of chaos.
Are there any cars in sight?
There is a beat up old truck, yes. It's red,
It's not
like
running.
it's
And,
like
and my Prius. My Prius is still hanging out.
oh yeah,
I'm
right.
assuming
Obviously
that
the
it has
Prius.
hub-
No,
Hubcaps.
both cars run. They're just not running. And that
Right.
truck definitely has no hubcaps, dude. That truck's got steelies.
Yeah, it's a classic
Well,
like Dodge
like,
Ram old
I was
Dodge.
so she was working on a vehicle, a broken down vehicle in the barn
Mm-hmm.
to pull something off. So there is one in there, but it's decrepit. It's falling apart. It was basically in a war or in a firefight, so it's not going anywhere.
It's
Geez,
junk.
you're gonna slap that thingy into the vehicle and make yourself a
Alright.
grandpa transformer.
Yeah.
Okay, then notice it is. At a +2 and then a -2, it's just a flat roll.
Flat
so
roll.
4.
4. Okay, so you would notice her bolting into the barn, and maybe you don't even, and the gun, maybe you don't even stop to address the gun. You're more like, I'm hiding in that building. Like,
No.
She's got the
no,
right idea.
Yeah,
I'm
the
gonna grab
moment I
by
see
his
the gun,
collar.
yeah, okay, awesome.
No. I was gonna say the moment I see the gun, I will turn the bike and sort of skid and like step off it and back up and
Okay.
raise my one hand and be like, holograms and cars, enslave. They're here. I don't know what they're doing. The Jets, definitely the Jets. Please let me inside. I don't want them to see me.
At that point, I've heard that babble talk before. I assume from other people and places. So I'm gonna tell him and this crazy metal lady to go inside the barn.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, thank God.
So in the few
Whether or not they
moments,
comply is up to them, but I'm gonna tell them to go in the barn and I'm gonna start walking towards my truck.
okay, awesome. So why don't we give Kate a chance to throw something into her little, she had a few moments in there with her toys to run a test. So why don't you give me your electronics and any edges that you have that could apply? You're welcome to use those.
Mr. Fix-It is repair. MacGyver is just may improvise temporary gadgets. So I could if she didn't have something available to her to check for voltage or anything like that, then she would be able to throw it together really quick to check.
Gotcha. Which will come in handy later. And honestly, I am loving this, and I really hope you guys are too.
Okay, she got a 4 on electronics with a D8. The only thing I want to know is there markings on this metal?
Mm-hmm.
Are they in any way similar to the disc that they found earlier?
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't see the metal picture, so I was assuming.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, here, let me show you.
I didn't see that. But I was kind of assuming that they would be the same, in which case she would immediately take both pieces and put them next to each other, see what was similar, what was different, test to see if she could figure out what the lightning thing was, and then probably by that point everybody would be in.
Okay, so there's the metal chip with the weird green glow, right?
Okay.
So you are plugging this thing up, right? And you said you got a 4?
I got a 4, yes.
Okay, so you're like, yes, it is definitely putting out like your voltage reader just dink right off the chart, right? And you've got it like hooked up to equipment, and you see this green lightning race out of this chip, hit the electrical circuits in the rest of the barn. It blows a couple of bulbs, like probably just as you guys are coming in, there's this like loud pop, 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 and like some like wire smoke smell, like.
And she's like, oh, this is so much extra energy. I wonder if I can harness this. I need to make something different. And she like tears the thing apart. She pulls it off of the, like, as they're running in, she's pulling the voltage meter off of it and pulling it apart and trying to find something that she could put this in to harness the energy that's not going to like blow fuses on her.
Right, gotcha.
As I'm entering the barn as a free action, I panic and scream about proper experimental procedure.
I would like to panic as well, but for entirely different reasons.
Okay, so
I'm not even gonna roll a notice roll to see if they're panicking because she's blocked everything out of this point.
Right, totally, I love it. So you guys come in and you're like, oh no, it's happening, like, Wesley's like, oh god, it's happening, and she's like, this is going to get you killed. What are you doing? Like,
and she's like throwing things around and grabbing other things and like screwing things together and finding glass and like trying to put this in something so that she can like do this weird contraption to try and filter, and I don't know, like it's all over the place. She's
now
for anybody who has played The Sims before, when the Sims encounter fire and just stand there babbling, just picture that and you're good.
Oh God! Okay, now Wesley, this is something interesting specifically for you. Give me an agility check, will you?
Oh boy. Oh wow. 11.
Okay. 1 second. I'm just searching for this image that I have for you. Let's see if I can find it. Hopefully I can find it. Well, doesn't matter. So, as you guys are like, you're like, this is happening, you're aware, well, your character is not aware, but they found that little metal disc. It's sitting on like a work table near you. And Wesley, when you come in and you catch it, this thing suddenly sprouts these robotic legs, this medallion, right? And it hops up and starts scurrying across the table towards you. And you see it in time to react. So whatever you do with it.
I'm going to shriek at the top of my lungs, fall backwards onto my ass, and sort of scoot my way to the opposite side of the barn, and I will pick up whatever debris is on the floor next to me and just throw it. So be it a wrench, be it a boot, be it a tool case. So
awesome.
Get as far away from that as humanly possible.
Okay, so give me your like dexterity for throwing the weapon. You're gonna be
don't fucking crit fail, because if you do, you'll probably hit me instead.
You're gonna be
my workbench
at a -1 for an improvised weapon, though.
Most definitely untrained in throwing, so
right.
-3 on it.
Okay. Oh, right. Hey, there you go.
Wow. Both explode. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
Holy shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 4, 8, 12 to 14.
Oh wow. Okay. So, God,
-2,
it's just
so 12.
Maybe
-3, so 11.
Panic makes him very, very accurate.
Right. And maybe it's a bit of irony here, but you happen to grab a hubcap and you freaking throw it right at the spider thing as it's like leaping into the air at you. And it's like a total like bink, and it sends it flying to the other side of the barn, landing into a pile of junk, you know? And he's probably like, yeah, how does that taste? Like,
for a moment, but then the terror just sort of creeps back over and it's scooting back right back to the other side again. Like a blip of celebration. And then
okay, awesome. Now we are going to head to Malcolm.
Can I notice that happening? Or is
give me a notice.
I mean, like, if she had both pieces on there, the moment she turned back and the piece wasn't there,
wouldn't there be a giant metal tink as well?
You know right. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to roll for it, really. Like, you're going to notice this chaos of this strange man suddenly freaking out, screaming, crawling across the floor, and throwing things. Like,
and so it flies across the room, and she's like, I knew it wasn't mechanical. Well, it's mechanical, but I knew it wasn't screwed on there. It's alive! Where'd it go?
Okay, so now we're going to head to Malcolm, who's gone out to his truck.
Fighting dog for mouse. Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. And actually, everyone give me a fresh notice roll, okay?
Nope, 2. I didn't crit fail, but
That'll be an 11 on
Okay.
on a double exploding die.
Nice.
Yeah, that'll
So,
be 11 as well.
wow,
Oh my God,
gosh,
both
you
of them.
guys. Well, the two people who are probably most paranoid about about the situations currently there would notice. It makes sense. So you guys are aware of the rumbling of engines. They are approaching. It's a few vehicles.
I announced to the room, hey, somebody's coming.
I'm outside, so I can't hear him.
Yep, and we are going to take that moment, and you didn't notice, did you, Malcolm? Okay, so Malcolm, you're in your truck, I guess?
I'm getting, well, I was going to say, that's where I keep my vest and my assault rifle. And I'm going to get in the truck. I'm only going to get in the truck, and I'm going to say, it's time to wake up, bud.
Okay, so give me a persuasion.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
We might be in trouble, everyone.
Persuade the truck, Tommy.
I got a 6.
Um,
It's probably not good enough.
Nothing happens immediately, but your radio does like kind of come on and make that like it's searching through things. And let's see, I think I saved a sound effect for it if you want, but I think it's no. Whatever, you get the point though. Like it makes weird radio noises. You're familiar with it. Like he heard you.
Well, I'm going to turn on the truck and start driving down to the end of the road of the property. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you're not going to need a notice check for this. As you are coming up, you see it's not the same vehicles that Wesley was running from. They are military SUVs as well as like they got government license plates. There are a couple of like kind of four-wheeler all-terrainy vehicles as well. A bunch of men start getting out. One in particular, and I have a picture, who doesn't look nice, hops out.
Do I know him or not?
No, but
Okay.
give me a notice roll.
A 4. Basic success.
You do notice one of your kind of brothers in arms. He obviously works for these people now. You're not sure who these people are, but the one that seems to be leading the group kind of crosses his arms over his chest, and he's like, "We detected an energon spike from this location. Care to tell me about that?"
I'm not going to lie. I'm going to tell him, yeah, some crazy lady just showed up here with a freaking Cybertronic device.
Part of it.
He kind of does this number, and all of the men with guns start getting out.
I say, relax. I'm going to give it to you. You know the drill. I know the drill. Let's just go. Come on.
Now, you got out of your truck, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no. I want to yell at him from the window.
Okay.
Lean him out.
Like, now hold on, this is my farm type of thing. Like, this is not how we do it in Texas. And so you lean out of the window, but now you hear the voice from your radio. And it is booming and very robotic. And it's like, Malcolm, they are going to kill you.
Shall I make a driving roll then?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm binning this. I'm binning that again. I need to get away.
Hey, Tommy, take a conviction. I'm going to drop 500.
Wow, thank you. I will take the conviction and I will use that. In that case, with the conviction, I got an 11.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you, Flip. I appreciate that.
That is awesome. So yeah, you kind of, before they've even gotten into their vehicles, you kind of spin the truck around and spray them all with dirt, buying you a turn. They're like, you know, like, and now, so you peel back in and you're like tearing off down your long driveway, probably, I don't know, laying on the horn or something.
Definitely laying on the horn. I don't think we have walkie-talkies.
Right.
I'm not that good of a dad.
Right. So all of this is going on in the barn, right? There's complete chaos in the barn. All of you give me a notice -3 now.
Notice is I keep rolling the wrong dice.
A 1. But
-3, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also rolled a 1 with the -3.
And you can use your bennies as well if you want.
I've
If you have them.
I completely forgot about that. I'm using
Yeah, I burned 2 on just driving. So
Benny is a
7.
Nah, on a -3, I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
Oh, on a -3, I got a 4.
Yes. Okay. So, and sorry, Wesley, you said you got a 7?
Yeah, I bennied it.
Nice. Okay. So, Wesley and Kate, you hear with all this commotion, you're trying to like find where this thing has gone, right? But you hear your dad's truck like honking as he's like tearing down the drive, right? What are you guys gonna do?
Oh, okay. That's not normal, first of all. I guess her first thing, she's still trying to find this thing that he flung across the room.
Mm-hmm.
If she was trying to make a containment for this other shard, as soon as they find it, she's going to try and capture it like a mason jar kind of idea.
Yeah.
That's
Gotcha.
basically what she's trying to do with this spider mechanic thing, to try and get it so it's not going to come out and bite them in the butt.
Right.
But do they have, would she have, can I spend a Benny to have some sort of system rigged up in the barn to do like not necessarily defense, but like extra blockade, something like that?
Like bringing down like storm windows or something.
But I mean, like, he's ex-military and she's half his size and weak as shit.
You're right.
That seems like something that that she would do if something were to come up. If he
a
were
security
to
system of some sort.
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
Bars on the windows or like, bunker doors is a little overboard.
Well, I mean, like, not bunker doors, but I was talking about like,
I know what you mean.
An extra bar that she could drop in front of the door. Or
yeah,
to make
for
sure that it's barricaded a little bit better, because she can't move anything in front of the door.
As a matter of fact, Andy, I'll spend a Benny for that.
Okay, yeah.
And
that's my one good dad moment.
As Kate's trying to get the the barn secured, I am going to try to get that fancy dancy metal shard back. Not the spider shard, the other one, back into the lead bag where it belongs.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's great. So I'm not. Why don't you give me an agility to grab that shard and tuck it in the bag?
Me?
Yeah.
All right, let me see what my agility is. It's probably nothing. I have a D6.
So I guess in the panic of the moment, while this is all going on, she's going to grab the shard.
I got a 5.
If I had
you had a container, so you give me a notice.
Well, I was. If I noticed the horn, she would immediately be trying to
barricade,
set it up so that as soon as he was there, because she would be going and cracking the door to make sure that he could get in before she barricaded the doors. So she would be throwing that container to Wesley.
Right.
And said, when you find it, get it in there.
Awesome. Okay, so Wesley, you got a 5? Perfect. So you grab that shard, tuck it in the lead line bag, right? Seal it off. And you crack the door for your dad. As you open the door, give me a notice. Wesley, give me an agility, because now you hear this metallic thing scurrying around. And she's just handed you a container to throw over the top of it.
7.
Oh God, you know how to pick the places to hide, Wes. And I will attempt to do as asked.
Okay.
But there's no real heart behind it.
All right.
And I got a 7 for that notice roll.
A 7? Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
5.
So yeah, then you are, you see it and you go to get it. Now let me actually make a roll myself here.
The music in the background is great, by the way.
Oh, hey, thanks.
So inspiring.
Okay, well, Wesley, as you go to pin this thing down, right? And you're just, now, I just want a few details. You're just missing one hand, not the whole arm.
Up to the elbow.
Up to the elbow. Okay, so yeah. This thing, as you go to pin it down, shifts to the side, kind of dodges, and leaps onto your bicep. And its legs, which you're aware now, it really only has 4 of, act almost as a bracer as it locks itself around your bicep. And as it does that, it unfolds, making your hallmark like Transfrormers sound, right? And it repairs your hand. And you now have this half of a metal arm.
How does Ren feel about this? This is conflict. This is personal conflict at its finest.
Can I flex it as I'm like swatting at my arm? Like, is the arm moving as though?
Yeah, like it responds as if it's yours. You're like and it just keeps doing it.
Grab hold of my fingers and the mechanical fingers and just pull and no.
I'm screaming, you're screaming, the arm is screaming. It's a good time.
It's a great time. I laughed, my wife laughed, the toaster laughed, I shot the toaster. It was a good time.
Okay, so this is happening. Kate, as you push open the door, so you push, I'm going to first address your notice when you push open the door. As you push open the door, you see your dad peeling down the drive, right? But a fair distance behind him now is a squadron of various vehicles. And it's so, you know, like the movies where you see like vehicles heading down the dusty road, like there's just clouds of dirt.
You have the one dust trail, and then you have like the line behind him with just
The
this
cloud.
wall.
No,
Oh yes, exactly. You guys know.
And her immediate thought is, "Oh shit, what did I do?" And then she's like, "Oh no, they're chasing him. What did you do?"
So now I know we should probably take a little break, a little 5-minute break, because we're halfway through, a little over halfway through now. So why don't we pause so people can get water and bio? I'm going to top off my coffee, and we'll be back in 5 maybe.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Does that work? Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right.
As long as Bobby's around to do his thing. Is Bobby here?
Yeah, I'm trying to drop it on Discord, see if he's there.
Bobby needs to get the fancy vintage commercials going.
I said we're at my apartment.
And if he doesn't, we can just step away and be like, sorry,
You
friends.
can all step away. Yeah, I got this. I can cover this.
I'm here for. I think I'm here for a little while. I might have to go get more water shortly, but.
Oh,
Yay.
hey!
Hey.
Yay!
Haha! We
Ah,
will have a bio break, but my cam's not on. So why did I do that? When I can just have us go to commercials, aka retro
Exactly.
commercials. We'll be back in a couple minutes, everybody.
After these messages, we'll be right back. New Smurf Magic Berries. That fruity cereal with marshmallow stars will be marshmallowy mine.
Gargamel took our cereal!
Take it, Smurfy. It's a sis with my marshmallow stars. He'll feel the pinch. Ow! I'm a Smurf!
Everyone loves new Smurf Magic Berries, red, orange, and yellow.
With my stars of marshmallow. New Smurf Magic Berry cereal. Part of this nutritious breakfast.
What a great day for singing our new song. Good time, great taste, That's why this is our place.
Our place.
The good time, great taste of McDonald's.
Good time, great taste. That's why this is our place.
Place.
The good time, great taste
Of McDonald's.
Hubba hubba burger, hubba tick-tock, bebop. Hubba hubba fries, hubba tick-tock, bebop. Hubba hubba shake, hubba tick-tock, bebop.
Good time, great taste. Here's the spot.
Good time, great taste. That's why this is our place.
Good time, great taste.
Of McDonald's, McDonald's. Good time, great taste. Of McDonald's, McDonald's.
Getting into drugs and being high is the best thing to do. Being original and take a stand. You're free to say no. Let a friend put you in. Taking drugs, you got a right to say no.
Two new sticks, new, tasty new twist.
There's a whole new way we can move today.
Hey, if you like it before, you're gonna like it even more. Today your caramel is chocolate too.
The cookie's even crunchier, that's what's new.
Keep on moving with new twist.
You know why Crunch Berries are special?
You bet. Because Captain Crunch only picks sweet, yummy, special berries like us.
Making my Crunch Berry cereal. Very delicious.
Yay, Crunch berries.
Crunch berries are a very sweet part of a balanced breakfast.
Wish we could do magic like Willow.
Now you can.
Yes, Crunch!
With my Willow magic tricks, like Willow's magic window, card trick, or coin trick.
Magic! Like the movie!
Now in specially marked boxes of Captain Crunch cereal.
Wow, this beach is like
Wacky, wild, Kool-Aid style!
Kool-Aid cooler.
Kool-Aid style!
Kool-Aid style.
Makes me wacky.
Tastes
What get wild?
Kool-Aid style. Kool-Aid soft drink.
Oh, yeah. Take it easy on that slate board, Freddy. Be careful.
You too, Dad. Don't forget to sing a song of seatbelt safety.
Huh? Oh, yeah. The seat belt connected to the frame zone. The lap strap goes across the hip bone. The shoulder strap angles or the chest bone.
So hear the words of the law.
Those belts, those bones, those seat belts.
For safety's sake, wear seatbelts.
I'll properly wear seat belts and heed the words of the law.
Sometimes kids have to remind grown-ups. Yabba dabba buckle up.
They're here with a whole new act. The Grapevine Tour, only at Hardee's. Buy any 2 Rise and Shine biscuits or any dessert and collect an all-new California Raisin figurine for just 99 cents. A new rocker or roller each week. Collect all 6 only at Hardee's because we're out to win you over.
Hurry up, Mike. We want to go to McDonald's.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm running to this pinball game.
Big Stack, Big Mac, go-go. Great taste, hot fries, we got them on a roll. Hardcore to battle, city.
A
good time, a great taste. Really into my place. A good time, great taste. Of McDonald's when they held it else. Boing, doing, ding, dang, a bebop. Boing, boing, ding, dang, a bebop. Boing, doing, ding, ba-dee-dee-dee-dee-da. Good time, great taste, on the spot. Good time, great taste. Give it a shot. Good time, great taste. That's why this is my place. Good time, great taste.
Boy, that made me hungry.
Of McDonald's.
You guys coming?
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Yeah. Captain O.G. Reedmore here. If they send a mouse to outer space where Hawaii's getting snow, if a Martian lands on Thompson Street, you'll be the first to know. If you read the daily papers and your favorite magazine, you'll be out in front and in the know on all the latest scenes. You can tell your friends. You heard it first. And you'll hold the latest views. So read the paper and some magazines, 'cause reading is what's news. Oh, hurry, Grimace. The movie started.
More excitement than ever, full of thrills and chills.
What could it be?
McDonald's Happy Meals, starring hamburgers,
Soft drink and fries, all regular size. I love movies with a happy meal ending.
Now Walt Disney's classic movie Bambi can come to life at your house. Because when you buy this special McDonald's Happy Meal, you get either Friend Owl, or Flower, or Thumper, or Bambi. Posable Bambi and Friends at McDonald's.
Today,
believe it or not, he's thrilled to be here.
Get a look at the wildlife. Take on adventure with host Alan Thicke and Animal Crack-Ups.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Who tried to buy the Chips Ahoy cookie without biting a chip? I'll reconstruct the crime. Snack time. Someone spies a plate full of Chips Ahoy cookies. He bites the chip. He tries again, but the chips are stacked against him.
Original, chewy, and striped Chips Ahoy.
I confess. I did it, and I'll do it again.
Did you bite a chip?
Dinosaurs, come on!
Capture the dinosaurs.
Those romping, stomping dinosaurs.
It's the dinosaur hunt. Chef Boyardee. Dinosaurs.
New dinosaurs from Chef Boyardee. Tasty, wholesome pasta that's a dinosaur hunt. 'Cause first one to capture all 3 dinosaur shapes wins.
Thank goodness for Chef Boyardee. Dinosaurs. Dinosaurs.
And new dinosaurs with meatballs.
Dinosaurs.
Why is Alphabet's fun to eat?
R for robot. There's a robot in my alphabet. How does it taste?
Post Alphabet cereal, part of this nutritious breakfast. You can eat the fun.
We got alphabet stickers. A, C. A is for artist. That's me.
Fun letters to stick on your stuff. You can never have enough.
10 stickers Chewie.
These are my piranha pants. Levi's. It's gonna have holes in your Levi's. It's better to have them naturally worn.
Get a natural hole and make it bigger. I like to wear what's normal to wear, yeah.
Do whatever the heck you want, you know? It's your life.
The ultimate threat to the universe is here.
I am Hordak, and this is my evil horde.
Reach! Mantenna!
Their evil even scares me, Hordak, my friend. The evil horde has no friends.
The Evil Horde, new from the Masters of the Universe collection. All figures each sold separately.
Let me out of here!
From Mattel.
Alan, drink your Ovaltine. It has vitamins and minerals. Oh, do I have to? It's got a new chocolatey taste.
I can't get over Ovaltine. It's so delicious now. It tastes fantastic. Wow, it's a whole new scene. Ovaltine. I can't get over Ovaltine. I can't get
Ovaltine, the whole new taste you won't get over.
I can't get Ovaltine.
Also available in sugar-free.
Let's break for breakfast.
Maybe those kids will share their tricks with a jumping gymnast. Having a workout, kids?
We're having this good, nutritious breakfast with tricks.
Tricks? With those fruit flavors I fall for?
Let's see your other tricks.
1 and 2 and oranges, lemons, and grapes I see. The fruit
All right,
tricks
you guys are back. I'm going to switch off the super awesome commercials. Your mics are live, and I'll catch you guys in a little bit. Have fun.
Thank you.
The mics are live, so this is the part where we do a political gaffe or something.
Sorry, of course, my dogs are barking now that the mic is live. So, okay, so Lyrica, you've noticed this. Now give me a fresh notice to see, like, you peek out and you're like, oh God, what's happening? And then give me a
What did I do? What did you do?
Right.
5.
A 5. Okay, so yeah, you hear the commotion and here was like, oh God, oh God.
Turn around, sees the new arm, sees the piece. Does she see the piece on his arm?
Yeah, I'll say you do. And you're like,
assuming it's coming from, and she's like, dude, you're gonna have to show me how that happened in slow motion later.
Okay, so now what we are going to do is I am going to deal out cards for initiative. So, deal.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's in there.
Where is this on Roll20?
It will pop up on
the scroll bar on the side.
So sorry, I lost internet momentarily.
Oh no, you're good. I am dealing initiative, so
There it is.
Oh, are we fighting?
Might be.
Wait, do we all have ones?
We all have one.
No,
card.
you should click on it and it will show you your card. And
I'm
then
not
you
seeing anything though.
You're not. You should be able to.
No, I clicked on it. The box is blank.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Let me see.
You can just tell me my card if that works too.
I mean, I can't see it from my end. Let's see here.
Does drawing from the deck in the bottom right corner do anything?
Yeah, you could do that, actually. Go ahead and try drawing and see if it shows you. Because it shows me mine when I click on the card above your names at the bottom.
Yeah,
me too.
I drew 5 aces and a joker.
5 aces and a joker.
See? Something's wrong
now
here.
I just have 2 cards.
Okay, well, let's see. Let me try that again. Sorry, I've never done this before.
Oh, you took away my ace of clubs.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here, I'll shuffle and redeal here.
Okay, I had a spade. I'm not sure that's a good thing.
Yeah, right. You don't want the ace of...
The suit only matters on initiative for determining who goes first.
Right.
It's not like a dramatic task where a club is a bad thing.
Okay, so deal. All players won.
Yeah, but
See,
I had
that part
an ace.
That part pops up no problem.
Okay.
There it is again. But when I click it, here, I'll show you a screen
Now
cap.
I've got a 3.
This is what I get, Andy.
And everyone else, they can see theirs?
Yeah, I can see mine.
I can see mine.
I'm just getting a black square as well.
See? You can just assign us 2 cards. It's okay. We trust you.
Yeah, right.
If you can see them all, just tell us what they are.
Oh, no, I can't. That's the thing. I can't see yours. So.
Ren, are you looking at the same kind of thing? Is you can only see half the box, or can you see the full box?
Half.
Is that the issue?
Because that's only half the box for me. Mine is twice that high, and the card is very, very small in the top left corner.
Yeah, actually, do this. Switch under settings, switch it to where your icon is just name only, and it'll make it a lot easier.
Settings.
As opposed to avatar.
Or I put small, I think mine are small avatars, and so I have all of you lined out down in the bottom.
Right.
And so it shows me the full one.
That works. Perfect. Okay, so you guys tell me.
Ren, did that work for you?
Still looking for it.
All right, so the gear in the top right-hand corner, click it, scroll down to game settings, and then it'll say chat avatars. It'll be a drop-down menu, player video avatar size. Click small.
That's it.
Yeah.
And there it is.
Thank you, folks. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, so tell me what you guys have.
A king of clubs.
I have king of spades.
Well, I had the ace of clubs, but now I have a 3 of spades.
Ren?
7 aces.
7 aces?
Or 7 of diamonds.
7 of diamonds.
Aces in my brain.
So it is going to go bad guys. And then it is going to go to Wesley, and then Tommy, you said you had clubs?
Cat than me, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cat than
She
me.
has spades.
Yep.
What about Guess Human Flip? Does she get to keep her ace, or are we
I think
making
Guess
her?
Human Flip should get to keep her ace.
Yeah, I think you should keep your ace. So you'll go before them. So it'll be bad guys.
Excellent.
Then it will be Wesley. Then Flip.
Then Flip. Yep.
Then yeah, and then Cat, and then Malcolm.
I'm last. Yeah.
Sorry, my pen is dying. Of course.
Have these guys actually fired on us yet?
No. I'm just kind of setting up an order of actions now.
So I have no reason to not cooperate with them at this time.
No, you don't. So, Tommy, I'm just getting that initiative out of the way right now, and we have a second. So, Tommy, you pull up, you see your daughter with her head sticking out of the door, and you've got this fleet of military personnel behind you. They are gaining ground on you because you kind of skidded to a halt. What are you going to do?
Taking a covered position at the corner of the barn and yelling at Kate to shut the goddamn door. Lock it down.
Okay.
Go into lockdown, damn it!
All right. Okay. So you are barricading yourself in there. Now, arrive, and they all skid their vehicles, and some of the men hop out, and they're heavily armed. And the man who had addressed you earlier, Tommy, says that he kind of looks stern, crosses his arms again, and says, "I'm only going to ask you this one more time. We picked up an energon spike in this location. Do you know anything about it? And I'm judging by your initial reaction that you do."
Can I shoot him? Can I just
Jesus
shoot him
Christ,
in the face?
what the hell?
yeah. I mean, definitely.
I have my assault rifle and my vest on. Like I told you, when I got in the truck, that's what I was doing. So.
Yep, exactly. So let's see here. Let me grab his stats so you have his toughness.
I have a really good shooting. So I can shoot him in the eye.
Awesome. Let's see.
I'm not going to do a cold shot to the eye, but I'm going to shoot him.
Okay, yeah. So give me your shot then.
Just flat shooting? All right.
Uh-huh.
I got a 9.
You got a 9. So that is a hit. Go ahead and roll your damage for me.
Uh, 11.
Okay, I'm going to have him.
Nothing fancy. I'm just taking a shot at him.
Yeah, so it actually doesn't do any harm. You do hit him, and it obviously strikes like he's got a bulletproof vest on, and it does take him out, and he goes to the ground, but immediately his men begin to open fire on you.
Yeah, that's why I took a covered position at the corner of the barn beforehand.
Yep. And so inside the barn, you guys hear gunfire now being traded outside. And let's see here. I'll roll for them.
By the way, Flip,
so
got another
that
conviction.
Is a hit.
Hey, thank you, brother.
Let me see here. What is the damage on a handgun?
Which one? Which one do you want, Andy?
Hold on, I've got the chart here. 1 second. Wait, where are the weapons? It's not on here.
Which one do you want, Andy? Seriously, I got them right here.
Oh,
big
just
pistol, little pistol.
Just big pistol. Yeah.
Big pistol, like a 45, or like a Desert Eagle, or like a 9.
Desert Eagle.
All right. The range is 15, 30, 60. The damage is 2d8 with 2 AP.
So 6. What's your toughness?
That does not break my toughness.
Okay, awesome.
With the armor and the vest is 8.
Awesome, perfect. So they fire a couple of stray bullets, definitely hit you in the bulletproof vest, probably stings a bit. And now we are going to go to the people inside the barn. What are you guys going to do?
The first thing I'm going to do is lock down the barn, as I'm told, and then I think she's not as worried about what's going on. Like, normally she would be mechanics, but I don't think she's looking, except for possibly at Wesley, about see what you can do with that arm kind of thing. She's trying to find stuff around her workshop that she can throw into some sort of missile, into some sort of something that's going to do area damage or cover so that her dad has an advantage.
Awesome.
Trying to give him whatever she can bonus.
Okay, so give me your roll for that, which is you have your it's Mr. Fix-It. Is that what is
MacGyver.
it called?
MacGyver.
MacGyver. That's it.
Temporary gadgets.
Tetra is going to assist if I can.
Yeah, for sure.
But in a way that's like chastising. Like I'm going to be like, no, like what are you doing? We don't know what's going on. Why are you building a missile? You can't put the detonator that way. You have to do it this way or you're going to make an explosion. We need to stop doing this. Stop doing this. Here, look, here's some proper wiring. We need to not be doing
Why
this.
are you trying to put computer in there? We don't need a computer. It's a rocket. It's right there.
Why don't you give me your science to assist her?
Why are we making it a rocket in the first place?
Do weird science, because she's got a lot of weird gadgets
they're
in
the
here.
same, but
right.
I got a 4. I got a 4.
Okay, so a +1 there.
+1, and then electronics, I guess.
As long as we all know Tetra does not approve of this action, but also cares about not blowing up a small child.
She also just doesn't care. So.
And you said you got, what was that?
A 4.
Electronics, is that what I should be using?
Yeah.
Okay, so D8. Ooh, 6 +1.
7. Okay, so
you have a conviction.
You
No,
do.
I don't.
Oh, you don't.
I don't have a conviction.
Is there any chance I could have supported that?
Yeah, for sure. If you would like to.
I'd just try to slide in with the persuasion, like, look, you got me into this, you did this, my arm. You want to study this thing? You're interested in this thing? Well, help us get out of this alive, and you can study it all you want. You can take it as well.
Okay, awesome. So, yeah, give me your persuasion.
That is a 7.
A 7,
you are giving her so much motivation there.
That's an additional +1.
That means that's an 8.
Yes. Okay. So you actually do create. What's interesting, though, is this vehicle that looks like it's been through some sort of firefight. You found some like shell casings in there, and you use it to refabricate a makeshift missile. And now it's just a matter of firing it outside of the barn as you hear the ricochet of like bullets hitting like the metal siding and stuff. Now,
so we have some updates real quick.
Okay.
Everyone gets conviction because of Hina. Thank you, Hina.
Thank you.
Everyone gets conviction.
I should start using my convictions.
Yeah.
I
And
think I still have 3.
She also donated a bunch of bennies. I'm just not sure who they're for, Hina. If you could let us know, that would be great. She gave 5, so it could be one for everybody, including the GM, which would be awful and terrible of her to do. And something I have never, ever done before.
Only a few 100 times. Of course,
only a few 100 times.
Oh, yay. Okay. Here,
thank you, Hina.
Set. Okay. And I've also updated the music, so it's a bit more action-y for us. And so the explosion or firefighting's going on outside. You've arranged this missile with the help of your esteemed colleagues, and so what are you going? Well, no, we'll bounce back to Malcolm, who is outside in the middle of a firefight. So as this happens, as this is starting to happen, now you hear a very familiar sound. And it is the hallmark transformation.
It's Ironhide, folks.
Yes.
It's Ironhide.
Do we inside also
That's
hear
a
this
new
noise?
sound.
I've been hiding this from you, Kate. I've been hiding this from you for years.
Yeah, but do we hear this sound?
Yeah, give me a notice, all of you guys.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm probably going to conviction if I don't make this. I want this. And I have 3 conviction.
Okay. I get a 4, so.
Where am I? Notice. That's a... Where's my notice? Where is my notice? Oh, here it is. Okay. Let me get in here. Right, let's see.
And this is who you would see, Tommy.
So how does conviction work? Do I just re-roll a d6 and add it?
Yes.
Yeah.
You just roll a d6 and add
so
it. It
I got
does
an
explode.
Yeah,
so if
I got
you roll
an
a
8.
6, you would roll again. Ooh.
Let's see here.
Ren lost audio again.
Oh no.
Is anybody having problems with Wi-Fi? Is that a reason?
Well, no, it's not. Because see, we're not losing Andy. So you have to remember, Ren is a Welshman.
On Ren.
Ren is a Welshman. It might be the connection across the Atlantic cables or something along those lines.
Oh.
Murder Hornet's gotten the Atlantic cables.
Oh, it just started again like last time. So
yeah, which means it's just gonna come. No, it means it'll come back eventually. Ren, if you want to try to reload in the meantime, if you just message here in the Discord channel you're using right now, I will narrate for you if you want.
Let me in.
He's memeing at us now, folks. He's memeing at us now.
He is memeing at us, and it's great.
Oh, Ren, I hate it. We need him. So
you do.
Let's see. So you guys did you all hear it? Yes.
This is the greatest tabletop party I've ever been to.
Yay!
We have a crazy ex-military guy and his even crazier explosive-loving daughter, a paranoid scientist, and some dude who rode his bike here.
and not like a vroom vroom bike. Like
no, he's just some dude on a bicycle
who had one hand a second ago.
And now has a mechanical hand that he's terrified of.
I am half tempted to, when his character naps, to have the hand just be like
Bobby, if you're listening by chance, can you let Andy back into the pardon me.
I'm sure that was his least favorite confusion. Say, why?
No, we can't hear you at the moment, Ren. Bobby's got to let you back in. I pinged him.
We'll hope. And the like the music in the background is that very suspenseful. Dun 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 dun.
We're waiting.
You know what? Everyone should ping Bobby. Everyone harass Bobby. I give you permission.
We're just all gonna ping him. Bing, 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 bing. Okay, so my plan, when he gets back, is since I've made this missile thing, whatever you want to, rocket launcher, I don't care what it is, it's going to do damage or it's going to do something, and she may not even know what it's going to do. She just knows that it needs to be pointed towards the enemy, and hopefully it'll help.
Right.
So she's going to get it directed towards the doors, and then she's going to try and set it off and have one of each of them on the doors to open the barn doors and let it out, and then close the barn doors again behind it.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to make a persuasion roll to try to not have that happen.
Look, it's my dad out there. It's happening.
I got a 3. which is not at all convincing.
I mean, which makes sense because it is her dad out there. So it's like,
but
it's going to take a lot of convincing.
This is
not
still
helping.
my farm because he's not here. It's my farm. I get to decide what happens. Open the damn doors.
I am not going to oppose the military.
How long does it take him to build the missile, Bob? Or I was about to call you Bobby, Andy. How long does it take them to build the missile? Fill the time gap with that for now.
Yeah. Let's do that. So
and it would be a rocket, right? It
right.
would be a rocket. No guidance means a rocket. Guidance means a missile.
Okay, so it's a rocket.
Just so y'all know, rocket's something you just point and turn on.
And
you know what I mean?
Well, that's
so at best, this is an improvised firework made from random.
This is an improvised RPG, is what y'all just made. Y'all just made an RPG.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what we're doing right now. Actually,
emphasis on the improvised.
That's what we're doing right now is an improvised RPG.
You know what I mean? Rocket propelled grenade.
So who's going to open the door for her, if anyone? There's that too. But yeah, it takes some time, and you're like packing like fertilizer and whatever else you may. I have no idea how you make a bomb.
She's tying a fuse out of like lamp wick stuff and making sure that she dips it properly and sets it in there so that she can light it and then get out of the way. Well, she doesn't want to light it and stand there.
No, I'm saying it's probably not a good idea to give detailed explanations on how to create a bomb in this stream.
Right. Yeah, you're right. This is for children.
As I said, you have the right idea.
Well, I mean, like, I'm just saying that she's going to make a way to light it or to set it off without having to be standing right next to a rocket.
Right. Yeah. No. Okay. So you're kind of creating like something that
fuse of some sort.
Yeah. So it's taking some time. You are propping up like this kind of like V trough thing that's aiming it right at the like barn doors, and you've got a fairly long fuse that leads to it probably looks like someone who's like tried to climb out of their window using bed sheets. Like all of these little fuse pieces are tied together, like all the way down. And it will work you succeeded. So it is going to work. We'll say that. But Tommy, what's the best way to improvise a bomb in Savage Worlds? I've never done this before.
You'd have to ask you.
Real world? It's just a couple. No, I'm actually the one that asked this question too. You want to do about 5 minutes at most, man. And you gotta assume she's got to have like half those parts laying around there anyway.
Yeah.
She just got to come up with the container, the chemicals, and then some sort of propellant, which I'm sure.
I mean,
she's got.
She succeeded at the role, so she got it done.
Yeah.
But how do I guess, transfer that to like
time
damage?
To damage, like using it in the game.
Oh, and the way Bobby I've seen do it in the past is just use a weapon and then give it minuses.
Okay.
Of some sort, shape, or whatever. But MacGyver actually has rules for that. So hold on a second. Because that's what she was using, right? It's MacGyver?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so hold on. I'm cracking the book.
Someone set us up.
I have it here, too.
If you go to MacGyver, the actual edge, and read it, it tells you about the bombs in there, I'm pretty sure.
Page 49, actually.
Yeah, I'm in edges right now.
I'm opening it too, so let's see. MacGyver, projectile weapon like a zip gun, rickety raft, medium blast template.
Yeah.
Creates a large explosive 2d6 and a medium blast template, or 2d4 and a large. So it's totally up to you. do you want it to be like 2d6 and a large in a smaller blast radius, like more damage in a smaller blast radius, or less damage but cover a lot more ground?
I think she wants to do wider. Like she wants to cover as much as a large area. If there was a lot of people going after him, she wants to give him cover as well as manage to take down as many as she can, or at least handicap as many as she can. So
Perfect.
She would be going for the less damage, greater area.
Okay, so what we're gonna do now we will actually step into initiative once we get Ren back.
Hello.
Yay, we're
yay!
back. Yay, okay. So we'll step into initiative. They're going to fire on
Do we need to do a round before that happens to let it I mean, like that maybe, because I don't know if it took a moment to put everything together and get them set up, then you might want to go through a couple of rounds with Tommy first.
Yeah. So I'll do that. But you guys all succeeded on your notice to hear the transforming sound, right?
Yeah, which she thought was weird.
They all did.
Yeah, okay. So you hear that now, Tommy, your truck I put an image up. That's Ironhide. He's got 2 massive cannons, and that are attached
on the chest, right?
Attached to his arms. He's got
It's Ironhide. Ironhide's covered in guns. Ironhide is an old, consummate, scarred veteran soldier.
Yeah,
that's what
totally.
Ironhide is.
Yes, and so you have been buddies with him for a long time, and you see the rockets. Like, he immediately points the cannons at the guys, and you see a stream of missiles firing out of this circular cannon, and they kind of do this like spirally circle as they hone in on their targets, right? And let me make a roll.
Transformers.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Robots in disguise. Okay.
They have super missiles. See, they have missiles, Kate. You have rockets.
Hey, I'm only human. I'm doing the best with what I've got, and that's pretty damn good. Shut up.
So 12. Well, he definitely hits. It's exploded. Let's see. So 12, 13. And that is... damage plus the... Okay, so he unleashes these missiles, right? And you see them tear off, and about 3 of the vehicles just boom, 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 explosion, Like, it causes some of the other vehicles to peel out and have to move away from them. Now you're down to about 3 vehicles packed with guys armed to the teeth. The one who hopped out, you shot at, he's getting up off of the ground and taking aim at you now.
As a free action and in response, I both scream and listen for my Prius's car alarm.
Okay, awesome. So
your Prius is gone. It got blown up last round. No, I'm kidding. It hasn't been blown up yet.
It's nowhere near the area, I don't think. I think they probably parked near the house.
So
yeah, I parked near the house where it's safe for my precious Prius.
He again, Ironhide turns to Malcolm and is like, get your family out of here. They're going to kill you, and he's like, I'll hold them off as long as I can, but get them out of there, get ready. I'll meet you around back, behind the farm, and so he kind of moves in to take cover, but not before the one who you just shot fires upon you again. Ah, come on.
8, Andy.
Yeah.
Just so you know, it's my toughness.
Okay, thank you.
So if he hits me, he hits me, but it's an 8.
Did that roll? I don't know. Oh, it did. I just didn't hear it. Sorry. So 7, it doesn't hit. Like,
hits my vest again.
Yeah. Let's see.
No, you got to roll damage.
I've got to roll damage. Yeah, I was
because he hit me. He hits me with that.
Yeah, he hits you with that, but the damage was, what was it again? I'm sorry, Tommy.
On the Desert Eagle.
Yeah, hold on. I think I have it somewhere else actually.
2d8 armor piercing 2, I think.
Yeah.
2d8 armor piercing 2. Okay. Eight. So it doesn't break your toughness, but it shakes you. So yeah, maybe you get blasted back and actually kind of land in, break through one of the like barn windows and crash through wood, as others, you're now like laying on your back in the middle of the barn.
Did he crash through a window?
Yep.
I don't have to worry about hitting him.
This is movie logic, so this works. It works perfectly. I stood up, Ironhide yells at me, I get shot in the vest, and I tumble through the window.
Yeah, that's
he
movie
lands
logic.
on the other side of the window as she's trying
I'm
to do
in
this.
the
She's like,
room.
oh, good.
And y'all are getting ready to launch a rocket.
I'm not going to hit him.
Hey,
So,
Andy?
Yeah.
As a free action, I assume this is a free action, I get on my cell phone and I call Dr. Lane.
Okay, for sure.
That's not a free action. That's an item interaction.
Yeah. So,
same thing.
Yeah, like, I mean,
I'd like to call Dr. Lane at this point.
Yeah, right. Okay,
Why are
so
you making a phone call in the You know what? Go for
Middle
it.
of a firefight.
I don't want to know. I'll find out.
yeah, so he's like, "Oh, Tetra, hello. How is it going? Did you find my contact?"
What is going on? We're getting shot at and there's a bomb and these people are crazy and you gave me radioactive metal and these people are trying to kill us. What is going on?
He's like, "Do whatever the man that is with you says. He'll keep you safe. I had a feeling that this was something much larger than this."
You had a feeling and you sent me to these crazy people. What the fuck? Okay, I hang up. I hang up on him.
Okay, so now we are going to move into our initiative rounds. So it is going to be, the bad guys kind of already went, so we will now do Wesley.
Can he hear us?
Ren.
Oh no!
Ren is muted. Ren, are you okay?
Sorry, I forgot to unmute.
No, you're good. I was like, no, not again.
I was talking and I was like, wait, why are they? So someone's just crashed through the window. There's explosions. There's gunfire, and I'm just gonna stare at my arm and be like, "What? What do you do? What do you want? What do you want? What does this thing want? You. What does it do?" And I will try and just like talk to the arm.
The arm like kind of rises up in front of your face, and then it's like, psh, psh, psh. Get it together.
Can I yell at him to man the door, to man one side of the door?
Yeah, of course you can. I mean,
no,
you can't
Yeah,
yell
you
at him.
can. It's Andy's call, not mine.
Yeah, you can yell at him. I mean, I think so. But it is actually going to be. So it will be your turn anyway. So yeah,
Okay,
you
so
are shouting.
she's going to yell at him to man one side of the door. She's going to yell at either her dad or the crazy science lady who seems to be a little bit preoccupied to man the other door. And then she's going to wait until the door is open, or she's going to try and time it so that when the doors open, the rocket goes off.
Okay, awesome. So we'll
wait.
put you on hold.
Yeah, she's holding her turn until she's got a clear sight so that she can set it to go.
Perfect. So now that moves us anyway to the other two, who honestly, Ren, you didn't use like an action just to talk, I feel like. So do you open the door for her, both of you?
At this point, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
If
I do that,
my asshole friend Dr. Lane says it's a good idea to listen to these crazy people, so.
And I'm last, so.
Yeah, right. So you fling open the door, and why don't you now?
While screaming.
Right. Give me your firing roll.
Oh, that's
not
right.
you. Not you. Yeah.
Flip. Kate.
Yep.
Circa.
Okay, I got a 3. I'm using conviction on that because I only have a D4.
Yep. I think that's good. It's a good idea. Solid plan.
6. So, okay, together that was a 4. That means I got a total of a 7.
Okay, nice. And so that is going, I mean, you're really just trying to hit a massive area with an explosion. So why don't you go ahead and roll your damage, which is the 2d4.
As I'm opening the door, I have a trained in battle right now. Can I use that to assist?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm like, I don't know.
Go ahead and give your assist, because if it gives her +1, it'll give her a raise on the damage.
Yeah, I played a lot of chess. I know a thing or two about battle. Let's say it's a D4, and then I got this thing. Oh, that's bad.
Did you crit fail?
No, but we're running out of time, so I'll just conviction. I get. Okay, so that's a little better. That's a 4.
Okay. Well, and you can add conviction onto one of those. So 4, 5, 6. But well, what difference does it make, right? So you get a +1, which carries you to the 8, which does give you a raise damage.
So what does the raise damage do?
It just adds an additional D6, is it? Or just a D4? Another D4, yeah.
So it's 3d4, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
I wonder if I can roll that in there, because I don't have 3d4 in front of me. 3d4.
Easy, yeah.
Wait, is it roll?
/
and
roll, right?
Roll. Yeah, or there's a dice on the tool thing that you could just roll 3d4 and it'll.
No, I got it.
Okay, awesome.
I got 9.
So they actually, you shake the group of them, honestly, so that it explodes and their vehicles kind of, what's left of the vehicles approaching you kind of have to steer out of the way as you create this massive explosion that kicks up a bunch of dirt and dust, and they kind of skid out in a void, and one of them crashes into like an old birch tree that's sitting, like probably still has a tire swing hanging from it from when you were a kid, now.
And then she's like, that went wonderfully. What next, Dad?
And as she's saying that, and Malcolm, it is your turn. What would you like?
Benny to unshake.
Okay, perfect. So now what is your next?
I'm standing up and I'm grabbing the first person, whatever door is closest to me, I'm grabbing them by the shirt collar, the back of them, and pulling them while yelling at Kate and whoever is at the other door to follow me if you want to live. Because I just like to use that line.
Right?
I like to use it.
So as he's saying that, you hear that Hallmark sound effect again, right? And the revving of an engine. And it's not the truck that was there before. It is now this glossy red, massive Dodge Ram that's like 4-door, huge, looks brand spanking new. On the grill, where the emblem would be, is the Autobot logo.
Okay.
And the doors just kind of open on their own. And you hear from the radio, "Get in."
And I
She's
say,
like, ooh,
"Get in."
upgrade.
I'm gonna kind of look outside. Is it safe for me to get to my Prius, or like there and shooting?
It's funny that you say that because well, all of you give me a notice.
Oh no! Is the Prius one too?
6.
Now listen,
6.
I'm gonna.
14.
Where is my D20? Here we go.
14.
I blew up. It blew up 3 times. What do you want me to do?
A 4.
Okay. Okay, so you would all notice something that is. It wasn't out there a little bit ago. It's very big. You see it stepping through these clouds of dust. It's very humanoid. It's a very ominous looking figure. And it looks like this.
Okay.
Then you hear the voice from the vehicle. "It's lockdown. Get inside now." And it's coming from the truck as Lockdown's arm, which is this giant robot, kind of, you hear that massive transformation sound again as his fist shrinks back into his forearm and this gigantic sniper looking rifle comes out. And it's got green focus beams on it. It's got a few barrels that you can see. And the green lights are hitting all of you guys at once.
So I'm going to assume I can't make it to my car.
I mean, you're
Get in
welcome
the
to try.
Get in the truck.
I will turn to Malcolm, and I'll have a Benny spent to have done this because I was already going to do it.
Okay.
I actually have a pistol in my glove compartment that I sure would love right now.
Did you have it in your purse?
No, it's in my glove compartment.
Oh.
I'm not carrying a purse. I'm dealing with crazy radioactive, terrifying metal.
All right, so hold on. Kate and Wesley are getting in the truck, correct?
Yes.
Ren?
Oh, yeah.
She's like, she's like,
All right.
ooh, upgrade.
I'm handing the crazy scientist lady my pistol.
Okay.
And saying, shut up and get in the truck.
I take one last good look in my Prius and then I shoot Malcolm. No, I'm just kidding. I get in the truck.
That's awesome. Now, Tommy or Malcolm, are you driving? Are you hopping in the driver's seat?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so give me your drive.
All right. 1 second. Here we go. 6.
Awesome. Okay, so you tear out. Like, people are...
Actually, that's a 7.
Oh,
not that
7.
it matters. Not that it matters, because, that doesn't, but
right.
the same.
Right.
Tommy, as we're getting in the truck, I want to mark it now. I am making sure I'm bringing this lead-lined bag.
Well, of course. This is why I want you to come. I didn't want to have to fight you for the bag.
Right, right. I love that because it is very story relevant. Although
I will also make sure as we're driving away, I push the little key fob and make sure my Prius is locked.
Beep beep. Doom 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 doom. Beep beep. So
I'm coming back for that thing later.
Right now, as you guys are driving, like you peel out, you're heading you're kind of off-roading it because they're blocking the drive to tear through your land, really, and try to find another road. Now, that being said, all of you guys give me a notice.
I wanted to make note that when she got in the truck, she was getting into the back seat and looking out the back window.
Perfect. Okay.
She wants to see what that robot thing is doing. So when it changes his arm, she's like, oh, I wonder if I can make this thing do that.
Okay, awesome.
Or
it's 10 on notice.
Nice. Nice. Okay, so
3. I didn't notice shit.
I mean, you were already looking out the window, so everyone else who's driving, you'll see that those green targeting lights, like the missiles fire off of those, tracing wherever the lights have gone. You see your farmhouse explode. You see your barn workshop explode. You see your Prius explode. Like there is
about how that was a new Prius and I had just spent money on it.
It is straight up desolation behind you as again you see that robot transform now into a sleek looking black sports car. And actually, I'll show you a picture of that. And it is right here. And it is an ominous looking vehicle.
Oh, nay.
And
Dear
so,
Lord.
yeah, it doesn't immediately start into pursuit, though. You see it transform and then pull up, and what's extra interesting is the agent that was firing and doing most of the talking. The car door flips open, and he climbs inside.
Okay.
He's a bastard is what he is. He's working with the Decepticons is what he's doing.
Okay, Andy, can I spend
You
a
didn't
Benny?
hear that, but
No. Can I spend a Benny to grab the backpack that she keeps stacked with tools and stuff so that she would have something on her?
Yeah. We can say that you...
Because it was like, that's what I spent all of my money on. I had a
Right.
backpack that I had stacked with tools and like pepper spray and a taser and things that she could use as a small person.
I mean, I feel like you were
Including $2.
probably using it to make the missile anyway, like some of the tools you had in there, like, or rocket, or whatever it is.
Grabbed that on her. Yeah, she would have grabbed that on her way out the back door in order to make sure that she had stuff on her. And in there, it's got 2 micro communicators, little bugs that she can bug people with.
Right? Okay, awesome. And so you guys are driving now, and you've escaped this scene, but you have no home to return to. What is your plan now?
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
And it's mostly for Ren's benefit. We watched the barn and my precious car get blown up. Did we also perchance see Ren's bicycle get blown up?
Yeah, totally. Like it is. I mean, they demolished that whole area basically.
it was leaned on the barn, and the barn's gone. We can assume that there was a shot, like a second in there, where you saw a bike flying.
Hey,
I'm just making sure.
It took a solid hit from a cop car. I'm going to give that bike the benefit of the doubt. It's a survivor.
It's a survivor. It's been thrown by a tornado before.
We're not saying you can't get some new tires and a new chain and it'd be okay.
So, now
we have like 15 minutes too. So.
Yeah, right. So I feel like this is a good point. That's why I was kind of wrapping it up
closing,
right here. Yeah, it was closing. Now, I do want to just do some narrative things as you guys kind of leave the lives that you knew behind. A couple of things that you would become aware of shortly thereafter. If you try to pull money out of your bank account, all of your finances are locked. If the first time you turn on a TV, your faces are all over the news.
What happens? Because
Standard
the next thing
stuff.
I would have done is called Dr. Lane and been like, what the fuck is happening? What happens when I try to call Dr. Lane?
No. As soon as she grabs her cell phone, do I need to roll athletics to grab it, snatch it, and throw it out the window?
You most definitely need to roll athletics.
Yes.
All right.
Contested athletics.
Yeah, we're doing this. All right. 8.
Bennying or conviction. 11.
Damn it.
Okay, perfect. So,
is phone? I don't think. Somebody's asking if the phone
I'm
service
screaming.
is off.
Even if the phone's off, I'm still screaming.
No, it's on.
Oh.
Yeah, and so that is so. As you're talking to Dr. Lane, they're like they're tracing it, like, and Dr. Lane's like, yeah, we really shouldn't be talking. I'm sorry I got you into this, but the fate of the world is now in your hands.
Don't call me again.
Right.
I'm going to let Dr. Lane know that he owes me a new car. As Malcolm is freaking out about the phone.
Right. And
and at that point, I'm probably so distracted screaming at Dr. Lane that Malcolm can probably get a hold of the phone at this point.
Yeah.
Whenever I can, that phone's going out the window.
So he snatches the phone, and everyone's phones go out the window as you guys drive. Now, other things that I'll just go ahead and wrap. Well, I've got like 9 minutes, so I'll do like a little narrative wrap here. So Ironhide, you guys finally find like a abandoned trailer in the middle of nowhere after the sun is starting to set, and the sky is set ablaze with just like fiery oranges and pinks as you're all covered in dust and dirt and sitting around a makeshift campfire with maybe a couple of protein bars and to snack on. And Ironhide tells you that this all began a long time ago.
Andy, can I spend a Benny to have MREs?
Yeah, totally. Totally.
That's my last Benny, so I'm
they're
gonna
not
spend it to have
good.
MREs. No,
But
they're terrible.
They're terrible.
Awful. And after 3 days, you're constipated.
So look forward to that next game.
We're alive.
And so Ironhide tells you this all began a very long time ago when the Earth was very young. One of Megatron's lieutenants seeded this planet with a rare metal, an alternate energon source. It does come with its complications. The Earth is rich with it, and they plan on harvesting the Earth, destroying it to build a new Cybertron.
As somebody who's a scientist and such, would I be aware of what Energon is, what Megatron is, all of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, most of the people in the world at this point, since the War of Chicago, Megatron put his face all over like feeds warning people, like when he was looking for
broadcasted
someone.
Everywhere.
Yeah, like
I haven't seen the movie, so.
Yeah, right. So he's like, that was then. He's since gone, but this is, like most people know who Megatron is, and they're like, and he tells you that Earth will be harvested unless you can stop it. Something much bigger is coming, and at that,
overarching plot
finish.
Point.
Yeah.
So the basic story here is actually the Transformers showed up when the dinosaurs were here?
So kind of brief meeting, really. In the IDW,
well, I thought that's when they seeded it.
In the IDW comics, it happens a little bit differently, and they really just kind of launched these seeding devices at the Earth.
Okay, I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah,
I read the
right.
comics,
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So, and it caused a mass extinction event. It made this metal everywhere in spots all over the Earth, and now they're returning to harvest it. Is what's going to happen to build a new
And not
army.
just here. They did that like everywhere.
They did that all over the galaxy, but yeah.
That's what I thought. I was just making sure I had the plot points.
Yeah,
basically
you
right.
did. You did. And that ore is called like Regeneron or something like that.
It's Regeneron, yeah. I know that.
So that is that. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this game, and I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did.
This is very fun. Thank you.
Yeah,
2 thumbs up, Andy.
Yeah,
I had a lot of fun.
Good. Okay. Yeah, you're welcome. I really enjoyed y'all's characters. If we decide that this is something that we want to continue, I would love to do that. So we can maybe find a day that works for everyone or a night and continue our story here.
That sounds great.
We'll see.
We have a Bobby.